Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. I'm glad all of you could be with us on this nice, lovely, at least where I'm at, Thursday afternoon here in Florida. And for those of you that are musically inclined, yes, I happen to be living in the same city in which Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet, to give you an idea, are from. And there's a few others, but I won't go into.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I
That's
just want
cool,
to
Steve.
I just want to point out that today at 4 o'clock, please tune in. It'll be Jan and I will be talking about things that tick us off. So if you're looking for a little bit of a interesting topic matter to be watching, tune in. I think you'll really like what we have to say. So, Janet, I'm glad that you would be aboard this afternoon.
Well, thanks
You
for
said
having
something
me on.
about
It's always a pleasure.
it. Yes. Uh, you said you had some recipes there that
I
that
do,
you
but I
wanted
need to
to mention.
proceed. Yes, I was so blessed with Sharon Jackson, who just like, this is a surprise even to me. I have such a wonderful recipe to read off. I just received them shortly ago, but I have to do a disclaimer. My bell may ring at any minute for me to receive a delivery. So if that happens and I step away a second, I just want to let you guys know I'm not being rude or anything. How's everybody doing today? You have an opportunity to say hello to us live. So I strongly suggest, Steve, it's okay for me to now go over the recipes?
Go for it.
All right. So if you happen to have a pen, if you don't have a pen, you could always, replay the video. And this you guys may really appreciate because I know I do. Cream of anything soup. What I tell you, Steve, you're going to
That's
have
fine.
to.
Hey, this is everyday life. This is everyday life. As you can
Okay.
see, Janet had to step away to answer her phone, not phone, her door. Now, what I wanted to mention to all of you out there on March 1st, which is next Tuesday, I've got a really nice recipe in store for all of you guys. It is a recipe that I have for a pie. I'm not going to give away what pie it is, but it's very easy to make. I think it's about 3 or 4 ingredients, and then you're done. And it happens to be one of my favorite pies, so I am in awe considering how easy it is to make this particular pie. Not only that, also be on the lookout for the month of March because I'm going to be trying to locate, I should say, some other recipes to go along for the month of March that works out. So anyway, Janet is back, and hey, don't
For
worry
for a
about.
minute anyway, because that might have been a mistake, Belle. I might get another ring. I'm so sorry. So I'm
Oh, wait.
so thrilled. Everybody, get a pen. Get a pen.
Mhm.
And we might have a little time lag backlash because this is actually live, so it might be a 7-second delay. Okay.
All right, that's
Yeah.
fine.
So cream of anything soup mix. Ready? 4
Yep.
cups of powdered milk.
Okay.
1.5 cups of cornstarch. 1/2 a cup of bouillon granules, chicken or vegetable. 4 teaspoons of dried onion flakes. 1 teaspoon of pepper. Optional seasonings. 2 teaspoons of dried thyme. 2 teaspoons of dried basil. 1 teaspoon of poultry seasoning. Salt to taste. Mix it together and store up to a year. I like that. And to equal
Wow.
1 can of soup, use 1/3 cup of that mix, 1 cup of water. Combine and stir over medium heat. until it starts to thicken. Vegetable broth mix. Ready? 1 teaspoon of mix per cup of water or to your taste. 4 tablespoons of parsley flakes. 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. 2 tablespoons of onion powder. 2 tablespoons of celery flakes. 2 teaspoons of marjoram. 2 teaspoons of thyme. 2 teaspoons of salt. 1 teaspoon of pepper. 1 teaspoon of turmeric. And a half a teaspoon of sage. Next, I even have onion soup mix, imagine. 5 tablespoons equals 1 envelope. 1 cup of beef bouillon. 1 cup of dried onions. 1/2 a cup of celery powder or flakes. 1/2 a cup of onion powder. 1/3 cup of thyme. 1/4 cup of dried parsley. 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of pepper. 1/4 cup of paprika. And guess what else, Steve? In alignment with, I was talking today about making our own homemade veggie burgers. So thank you, Sharon, for the following too. Black bean burgers. 15-ounce can of black beans. 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs. 1 egg. 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Then add to your taste salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and dried onions. You're going to mash the beans. You're going to mix it with the rest of the ingredients and divide into 4 burgers. Then you will fry this for 4 to 5 minutes on each side in about a tablespoon of oil. Wow, Sharon, thank you. Guess what else, Steve? We even have tuna burgers. Imagine.
Tuna burgers? I was just talking
Tuna
about
burgers. Yeah, tuna burgers. I know. 2 6-ounce cans of tuna. 1.5 to 1 cup of breadcrumb, enough to hold it together. 2 medium eggs. Chopped onion and celery. 1/2 a teaspoon of minced garlic. Black pepper to taste. A couple of handfuls of panko crumbs. You're going to mix everything but the panko crumbs. You're going to form the patties. Put the panko crumbs on a plate. Then press the patties in on both sides lightly. You're going to place it in a hot skillet with enough oil to cover the bottom. You're going to fry until browned. You're going to flip to brown on the other side, and this makes 4 large patties. Thank you, Sharon. This is great. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Everything sounds so like reasonably priced and easy to put together, easy on the wallet, and goodness knows we could use that, right?
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, Sharon, as of 10 minutes ago, I'll pull it back up. She did say, "Good afternoon, Steve and Jan." I did reply back to her in the chat lineup. So no, those recipes.
Hi, Sharon.
They're heavenly. I like the idea behind the tuna one. I would be willing to try that one.
You're not kidding. I had a tuna fish sandwich but on crackers a couple hours back. I was hungry at 10:30. But now I know that I really should consider that as an option as well. Thank you, Sharon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so she replies back. I'm going to go ahead. It's on my side if you want to read it. She said, "You're very welcome." Like I said, they sound, I got to give her all the credit in the world. Her recipes are just so great.
Amazing.
And I hope Sharon doesn't mind me saying this, but it is and it's remarkable how, and it takes a little bit of know-how to do, in her case, that you're able to survive 17 years and you don't have a stove to cook with. And you don't have to have a stove. That's why,
Imagine.
you've
Yeah.
got hot plates, you've got electric skillets, now you have the air fryer. Um, you've got so many different avenues now that you don't have to have an actual stove to cook with. If you have it, that's great. That's been around ever since, seems like the beginning of time, but there's other ways to prepare food. Microwave, I'll throw that in.
True. Steve, I must try those air fryer nachos that you had put on your Recipe Tuesday show.
Mhm. Yeah,
They sound so good.
that recipe. Again, my sister. I think we're starting to communicate a little bit better, but she's a texter, and I'm really not big on that. I'd rather talk to you face to face or over the phone if given a choice. But she sent me that recipe. There's a couple of other recipes that she had sent me, and I'm going to try to see if I can fit that in on Recipe Tuesday for the month of March. Let's see. I'm going to throw you another comment that Sharon just put up. This is what she put up. If you
Oh,
want
thank
to,
you.
she asked a
Sure.
cottage. Okay, this is an interesting one. A cottage cheese.
Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah.
I like.
Yes.
I myself, I'm going to mention about cottage cheese. I myself cannot eat cottage cheese in its exact state. But if you add a
Me
can
either.
of sliced peaches, fruit cocktail, pears to offset it, because I did that back when I was losing weight the very first time when I was a teenager. It's very good. But this that has to be nothing but good. Taking a cottage cheese and creating a pie with it, that has to be
And in the form
absolutely.
of a pie, I've had cottage cheese cheesecakes, which is amazing.
I have another comment. I, I believe she's each of ours. She's on your channel and mine. This person right here, if it rings a bell, Tammy Lynn. She happens to be on her lunch break, and
Hi,
she just
Tammy Lynn. How are you? Nice to
yeah,
see you.
good to see you. She just complimented
Thank
me on
you.
she complimented me on my subscriber count because she said, and I can just show you the message, but she said since she last watched, she noticed that my subscriber count has picked up and my channel is
Yes.
going to. So let me pull that up for a minute. It's right here. So this is what she said, if you'd like to read it. So,
Sure.
you know, and that makes me feel good
Catch
knowing
you
that.
guys on lunch break. Steve, congrats on the subscriber number. Yay! Count is going up. Oh, I am truly happy. First of all, it's very kind of you, Tammy Lynn, and thank you for watching us. We appreciate it. And I agree with you. I'm really so stoked about Steve's channel taking off. And it's all because of you guys, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And do keep in mind, all of you, that know Janet, she's got broadcasting skills under her belt, from years back. I myself, I might have said this in the past, and I have no prior broadcasting experience, although considering the knowledge that I have about music, not playing music, it's more like on a disc jockey type level. In order to be a DJ, you got to have the gift to gab. Well, keep something in mind. I was always an introvert. It may not seem that way, but it's true. And the only way, and the way that I come about being able to talk and do my YouTube channel, I have no previous experience. But I used to watch better quality talk shows than what you have now. Phil Donahue, I always looked up to.
Yes.
Sally Jesse Raphael, another
Oh, they were
pioneer
great.
of television. Another man that I respect because he was in the military, Montel Williams. I used to watch, those are one of those. There's a couple of others, but those were the three primary that I used to watch. And in watching
Amazing.
them, the way they carried themselves, the way they conducted, the way they spoke, my mind was, if it's something that interests me, if it's a topic or something that intrigues me, my mind is going to pick it up like a sponge. If it's something
Absolutely.
if
Absolutely.
it's something that does not appeal to me, I'm going to get bored. That's the way I've always been. So
Absolutely. But you know what, Steve? I made a big mistake last night. I made a huge mistake. I will openly admit it on a live show. I made a big mistake last night. Do you want to know what it is? Watch. This hat. I wore this hat last night. Anybody remember last night's little 3.5 minute video?
I watched
The mistake was that, yeah, everybody focused on the hat, right?
Mhm.
This silly hat. I'm just telling. But I mean, I love what it represents, but it's a hat, and now I have hat here.
Mhm.
But I just wanted to get a message across, which was about asking Debbie from the How Debbie Saves channel any financial questions, but people are so adorable. They just kept focusing on my hat. So that's on
Mhm.
me. I'll take the blame on that one.
Yeah. Well, little quick story though about you and I. You and I, the way that I met Janet, nice little story. She and I met in a 1960s music group. That's how we, and at first we would pass a few comments back and forth, back and forth. But then she decided, this was when we were in a state of normal. This was probably like 17, probably more like 2017. She's outside sitting under some type of umbrella in a little table setting of some type. She has that hat on. And one, it's actually one word, but if you think about it, it could be two. She mentioned, again, I'm not sponsoring, but I'm going to throw this out. She mentioned the word eBay. When I heard that word, that
I told you.
might be, but
Pick up on that story, Steve. I gotta get this out.
go get the door. I'm going to continue with the story. So,
Yeah.
anyway, she was sitting, she did a live, and she happened to utter the word eBay. And when I heard that, I said, "Oh, eBay. I need to." Then that, and that's what brought she and I together. And then we started talking, and then it just went from there. And she and I have been great friends ever since, you know. And there was a time where we lost contact, but we got back together again, you know. But that's how Janet and I got to know each other. First from the '60s group, then that USA hat. She mentioned eBay, and then we started, you know, comparing notes more or less, you know, our yays and nays that we've experienced while we were on eBay. And then it just went from there. So, yeah, let's see here. Let's see what count. Oh, hey, human in training. Good to see you this afternoon.
I'm back.
Um,
Thank you.
you got your, yeah. So I was just explaining the story about your hat and in eBay and how we, you know, how we
The
got
hat
to.
story.
So I'm gonna show a few other comments here along the way. Sharon posts this. If you find yourself with an abundance of zucchini, I have a delicious pie recipe and many other recipes using zucchini. Oh, that would, don't get me wrong. I love any type of squash. It doesn't matter. Acorn, butternut, zucchini, yellow squash. It doesn't matter. But and I like to put it on salads. I like it on a sub. I mean, I'm just a vegetable person in general. But that has to be nothing but good. I've
Yum.
I've never done it, you know, so
Hi, Human in Training. I thought I heard Steve mention your name as I was meandering back.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up her comment. I'm glad that she could be with us this afternoon. So she mentions here
Thank
that
you.
her channel never got off the ground. So I just started filming in the car driving places. Hope that interests people. Honestly, I don't see why it wouldn't, because they say that things are starting to, veer off and things are starting to get better as far as the pandemic goes. That's what I heard. There's no guarantee. I'll believe it when I see it. That's the type of person that I am. You can say all you
Steve,
want.
can I just jump in on this one? When you're done on this, I have to mention something to Human in Training. May I? Human in Training. I don't know if you still have your channel, but I'll be more than happy. Well, I'm going to be doing a video with little tips and tricks for people that, believe me, I'm no expert at all, but I could share a couple of my positive experiences in doing this that I don't know may be helpful to some people that was just like at the very, I don't know if you're at the very beginning stage. How long have you had your channel, Human in Training? Let us know. And Steve has a lot of tips and tricks too, because he's been doing this a little while now.
Yeah, because I know Sharon will remember back, but I started out as a channel contributor to you, and yes. I was going to start my channel on July 22nd, which is your anniversary. It's also my dad's birthday. But due to certain circumstances, I couldn't do it. So then October comes along. Okay, my birthday month. 12 days before my birthday's Halloween. So on the 19th, I just said, you know what? I'm going to get this channel underway. Let's see where it takes me. And again, mind you, no broadcasting experience under my belt, just the talk shows I used to watch. So it's been fun. I will continue to do my YouTube videos. Now, there was a time I was considering calling it quits. A few months back, I was.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I hit a plateau. I didn't really like where things were going. I'm putting all this content out here. Nobody's interested in it. Why should I continue to go on? But then I thought, and I saw all my feedback from all my subscribers, and I love them for what they wrote.
I went through the same thing, Steve. I was cranking them out. I'm like, okay. And it was like, I wasn't complaining. I love being creative. I kept cranking them out. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? This was fun. I got a little experience, in the video side of things. It's honestly, I believe I have a face for radio, but that's besides the point. So I was like thinking like, okay, I'll hide behind the radio thing more. But a very, very wonderfully known person, that's Dawn from Sensible Living with Money Mom. She is the one who kind of pulled me by the ear and said, no, you must not leave. Yeah, I was ready to say bye. She was like, please don't. Just keep going. So Human in Training, keep going. Yeah.
What got me to continue on, as I just got through mentioning, is because of the subscribers that I have. We love your content. We love your channel. We love you. We like what you put out. That, I guess I just needed a little bit of a lift from the other side. And I'm not going to quit. I'm going to be here for the long haul. It's just, I really enjoy doing this. It is a good pastime. To me,
well, I'm really glad about that. First of all, you have I don't want to embarrass you or anything, but you definitely have a broadcaster's voice. You have a broadcaster's voice.
You have been telling me that pretty much ever since I met you. And
yes, I have.
But that's why I say, now that I've gotten into this YouTube thing, if I ever wanted to do any type of DJing, I broke the ice on running my mouth because that's what I do here. So
I know. Did you read Tammy Lynn's comment, Steve? The more you watch, the more you pick up. Go ahead, Steve. Read that comment.
The more you watch, the more you pick up with any task, and you will learn by leaps and bounds. You are both fantastic. Time to get back to work. Patients to
Wow.
X-ray. Thanks for all your hard work. Okay, so she's in the medical field. That's a good field to be
Oh
in.
my word, I'm so honored. Thank you so,
Yeah, that
so
means a
much,
lot. I
Tammy
really
Lynn. Thank you.
appreciate that. Now,
It
I have
really
another.
does, means the world to us. Thank you.
Now I'm going to go to another comment that Human in Training left. It's pretty basic, but it makes. So she
Sure.
says here, I posted for years, but you know what? I wanted to mention on my point about she said that she put up different places right around her car, different places that she took pictures of. Keep in mind, the pandemic.
I hope we're still coming through. We still coming through, guys? We got a little bit of a weak signal. Let us know.
Everything's. I'm fine over here. Now, if I can. Okay, so driving around in your car, things that interest people. Keep in mind, people are in the pandemic. People are still at home, but they have an internet signal, and you put stuff like that. That could be something that'll kill the monotony in their mind. It'll give them something to look at. Oh, I've never been there before. I would love to go there. Something that'll intrigue them.
Sure.
Something that will, you trick. Because if you're not careful, people will get bored in times like this. When you get bored, you have to be careful. One of the first things people tend to do, I've been known to do it. I can say that based on weight loss and going up and down the ladder throughout the years. You get bored, you think about food, you run to the refrigerator. Is that always a good thing? No, it's not. Then you become less happy. So
I agree. It could be very like pastime-ish, comforting, whatever. But you know what, Steve? There's always something to do. And I believe this. I believe anybody who really wants to start a channel, I'm going to mention this I have to do the video. I have to pencil it in to create this video and get it out there really soon. Because I believe everyone has something unique to offer. And everyone's life experience, my life experience might be a lesson to someone else. I'll sit down as a viewer on YouTube and I might hear something that somebody else said that was so relatable to me. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm getting something from this thing. So please don't be shy. I mean, if we can do it, you guys can do it. It's just, there's good information out there. And we believe if you don't do it, we'll never know.
Okay. I'm with you 100% on that. Human in Training just commented that, according to a couple minutes ago, we're breaking up. Keep in mind, we have no control over that. That's the internet.
That's how I know. It's a weak signal. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
On my end, me looking at you, me talking to you, I'm coming in loud and clear. What they see could be something. See, I don't know. I don't know this. So
I see you as grating and breaking up.
That's out of our control.
I know.
Can't control that. I don't know. So
we're sorry about that.
Yeah. So let's see what else can we discuss?
Oh, this is important. This is important. 4:00 today Eastern time. Watch how certain things that tick. I know you probably mentioned it earlier at the top of the show when I was running to the door, but try not to miss. If you don't catch it at 4, you can catch it later. Steve and I kind of like really deep dive into like certain things that tick us off. And sometimes people may not want to hear it, but sometimes like it's got to be said. Just saying.
Well, as far as things that tick me off, there's too many to count. But like I said, based on the amount of time, I'm not even sure how long that video ran. But in the time frame that we had, I pretty much had to break down what ticks me off. Keep in mind, that's not the word I'm used to using. I would much rather not use the word that I'm used to. It starts with a P and N. I'm not going to say it, but I think you guys get it. So we'll stick with ticks us off or tease us off, or however you want to put it. But
That's one thing I want to mention.
yeah.
On Sunday, I got a really good show coming up. Just bragging about this a minute. It's about the sensitive
All right.
issue, Steve, of lending people money. Good idea, bad idea. I deep dive into that one. You will be amazed when you watch this. It's not just a story that I'm sharing that happened to me, but comments that I have observed from other informational platforms of people's reactions to these situations. Try not to miss Sunday's show.
I won't miss Sunday's show because I can actually. I hope I'm not quoting something that you're going to be saying on that video, but I will give
It's
a little
okay.
bit of information about loaning money. I have learned one thing, not really the hard way, but I learned it. If you want to lose a friendship, loan a friend money and watch what happens.
True.
That's the quickest way to kill a friendship. Loan your friend money and well, the thing of it is you got to hope and pray, keep those fingers crossed that you get that money back. But if you don't, not only that, you've learned the true colors of that person. And,
oh yeah, that's another thing. One of the bullet points of the show that's going to come out. Very good you mentioned that.
You're welcome. And I'm listen, when it comes to that subject right there, even though you have a video I could do a video about that myself.
Be my guest, please do.
I am sorry about one person that we did help. I knew this woman who had a daughter. And we helped the daughter out like crazy. We loaned her our Christmas tree so her granddaughter could have a Christmas. I mean, we went all out, helped her to buy a car. I helped her and put electricity in her name. I did a lot. And keep in mind, I had known this person at this point well over 10 years. So you would think in your mind's eye, hey, okay, well, I know this person for about 13 years. You know, things are okay. And the thing of and what I would love more than anything, too bad that friendship is dissolved now, and that's too bad because I've known this person going on 28 years, her and her mother. But too bad this particular person doesn't know about my YouTube channel and could tune in and watch this. But that's neither here or there. Like I said, I'm here on YouTube. I am going everywhere. Maybe, just maybe, I'll get lucky and stumble across my video. Perhaps it might be this one, and they can watch it. That's what I would love. Because I was just telling the subscribers as you stepped away that, you know, how we met, but we also lost contact for a little while. And that is one of the ways that I wound up contacting Janet again out of the blue. This is before I had a channel. This is just when I was a YouTuber, just going and look stuff up and post it on my social media page and all that. But I happened out of the blue, I think the good Lord might have put it there. I see a video she had put up. And I, again, keep in mind, everybody, I'm the one that pushed Janet to go forward with a YouTube channel. It started with me. If it wasn't for me, she wouldn't know her now.
I kept putting it off. I kept putting it off, and he pushed me into it. Yes.
I'm basically Sonny Bono. If it wasn't for Sonny Bono, there would be no Cher. You would be Cher in this case. And I'm trying to shed a positive light to give you, an example as to how bad that I did. But guess what? Because I was a channel contributor on your channel, if you remember, I had a little bit of a slight butterfly too.
I remember very well.
You spoke up, right. I spoke up and I said, well, I don't know if I can do this. And you came back at me. I'll never forget. You said, Steve, go back, look at what you've done. Look at little clips that you've sent me to add in on my video. Go back and watch yourself. So I did. Right. And I thought to myself, you know what? You're right. You're right. I can do this. But actually, it goes one step further, I want to throw this in. There's a couple of 3 videos that I have on my social media page that I had posted about people sending me chain letters in my messenger. This was about back in 2017. No, I'm not as refined as I am right now, but I think back then, which I didn't even have channel contributor experience under my belt at all, I think I did pretty good. Giving myself an A plus now, I would
I
easily
think
rank
you
myself.
did. Yes.
But that video those 3 videos that I did, I would rate myself maybe a B plus or a B minus, which is still good. From
And
somebody
another
who had
thing,
never done it before.
yes, that's it. I was going to say that. Yes.
So, all right. Well, if you don't have anything more,
I do. I have
add,
one more thing. I have one more
you-
thing to add. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, check out Roberto Blake, how to start, whatever the video is, just enter this name, Roberto Blake. That's the first person that I found on the platform where I got my original information from, and I never forgot that. And he tells you everything. It starts from the beginning, and you'll enjoy it. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I've watched a few of those videos. He's ahead of his game for how he is, but he definitely knows what he's talking about. But I've watched a few, and yeah, he's very me. And then we'll wrap it up. Again, like I mentioned, if I watch something on YouTube or whatever or something, if I walk away from it, it doesn't interest me. But if I sit there and I watch the whole thing, that's a different story. So
there you go.
Yeah. I want to thank you for you coming on my channel and we go.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on as always. I appreciate it.
I have not gone live since right around the 4th of July. And the thing of it was, I haven't gone, you know that. I hadn't gone live.
It's not easy. Going live is not easy.
I haven't gone live in so long, I forgot I had to hit start the go live button. Because I'm so used to doing a pre-record, type video. So that way I can just record it, preset it, and it go up whatever time.
Well, you got a doozy coming up on your pre-record at 4:00 today. So get your cups of tea ready at 4:00.
And while I'm here, since you mentioned the one about 4:00, be tuned in on Saturday because I have another premiere going up. And that has to, since you guys, since I've gotten up close and personal with you guys about my upbringing and the way I came up, and tune in on Saturday. That one will be about my school experience that I had from basically pre-kindergarten where I started well into my high school years. But be on the lookout for that 1:30 on Saturday. I think you guys will really like it. All right.
Excellent.
Well, I can't think of anything else to talk about. I'm glad you're here. And I guess
thank you, Sharon. Thank you for everyone who participated. Thank you.
Thank you, Human in Training. Good to see you. Tammy Lynn, glad that you could be aboard on your lunch break.
Guys, everybody.
I appreciate that very much. I appreciate all of you that did tune in, and those of you that will watch it in the playback. It doesn't matter. But be on the lookout for me. You just don't know. Because we're spontaneous. We don't know.
And lesson learned. Do not wear that hat, Janet. Do not wear that hat. Do not wear that hat.
Well, that hat caused me to get to know you. Remember that.
I don't know if that's a good thing for you, but that's okay.
Why is that? No, that is not. That's okay. But that's not what drew me in on that conversation. You said one key word.
I remember. eBay, absolutely.
eBay. And I've got a pretty good run under my belt doing that. So, well, when it comes to entrepreneur, buying and selling, flea market, eBay, I'm pretty well versed. I'm pretty well versed in the customer service department. Most people don't know that about me. But you would think if I can do customer service where I'm interacting with people, how am I an introvert? You let me just say this, you might be surprised.
You're not.
So
I don't think you are. I don't think you are.
I'm not going to say I'm an introvert. I'm not going to say I'm an extrovert because I guess it really depends on the case. It depends on the story. Depends on the atmosphere. Because there have been times
It
I
all
could be
depends.
quiet as a mouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and
come back to his channel at 4 o'clock. See you later, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.